Welcome to the Pay Yourself First podcast. My name is Chris Jolly, and I'm on a mission to financially empower millions of entrepreneurs. I want you to make and keep more money so that you can begin implementing and turbocharging a plan for creating financial freedom your way during the life cycle of your current business without spending a ton of time or becoming a professional investor. You see, most of the financial teachings out there are made for employees, not entrepreneurs. If you wouldn't listen to someone who doesn't have kids about parenting, why take business financial advice from someone without a business? Are you ready to break free of bad advice and follow the trail of other uncommon entrepreneurs so you can get from where you are now to the lifestyle you were aiming to create when you started your business? Then stick around. Here comes another episode of Pay Yourself First, where the only investment we offer is the one you make in yourself. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm super excited because today we have a really amazing entrepreneur on once again. Her name is Nicki, and she has a business called Tokyo Tours. It's for guided tours in the country of Japan, an amazing place. So Nicki, welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to talk. I'm so excited to have you on. So looking forward to having some really great conversation. We're going to talk about some of your wins as an entrepreneur, some of the challenges you've been having. So I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, to start off with the wins, basically 2020, my business just collapsed because of COVID. It was supposed to be the best year ever. And then January came around and the Japanese border was closed for Koreans and Chinese people. So I thought, oh, that's a great opportunity because that means that we can show our European and American clients around without the interference of all these people that are from Asia. Then March rolled around and Japan was like, no, we're going to close the whole country for everyone. So basically overnight, I lost all of my bookings because January and February are usually quite slow. And March is when the season really starts off. So my business partner, who's responsible for all the admin and planning and things, she just couldn't take it and had a burnout because of all the cancellations. So I just told her, you just withdraw from the business for now and don't even read the emails and just focus on yourself. Let me handle everything. And if I feel I need to let you know about what's happening or I need your input or whatever, I will let you know. But basically, I think I can cover it. So yeah, from one day to the next, I basically lost my entire income. And to be honest, it wasn't in hindsight such a great move, but I let my husband manage my finances. And 2020 was also the year that we got separated. So he basically withdrew all the money from my accounts. So I had nothing when it was time to go back to Amsterdam because 2020, my relationship had broken up and my business was virtually dead. And my business partner was not in the picture anymore. So I thought maybe I should just go back to Amsterdam. I will have more opportunities there. So initially, my first instinct when the business went down was to invest more money because I thought, well, this whole COVID thing, this is going to blow over at some time or another. So since I now have more time on my hands, I should invest more money and do all the things that I normally don't have time for. So I doubled down. I totally redesigned the website. I put more effort in my social media channels. Before I would post maybe like once or twice a week. And I started posting every 2 hours. And I started some Facebook groups about Japan and travel to Japan. One of them now has around 500,000 members. I know you're not supposed to brag, but fairly successful in that regard. So my following both on Facebook and Instagram started to explode because of all the updates that I did. And also I was really focused on looking at the stats, like what kind of time is the best time, what kind of posts do well and why, and just trying to find the great balance and not post the same kind of material too often. So it's always fresh and interesting and it draws people in. So my main lesson from doing that is that the most successful posts are personal. So if you can share something about yourself or your own opinion, especially if it's on video, that does more than any beautiful picture or scenic spot or whatever. So that is what people respond to the most. And of course, you have to have a catchy phrase to go with your post that makes people curious. So from 2020 onward, I wasn't making any money. I wanted to go back to Amsterdam, but because I have a daughter and she was still in school and she goes to international school, so we already paid in advance for the whole year. I couldn't withdraw her without not getting the money back from the tuition. So I had to remain in Japan until the summer of 2021. Obviously, the business Tokyo Tours was still down. So wasn't generating any revenue. Occasionally there would be a local that would want to do a tour with us, but that is not our bread and butter. So I was working like crazy, full-time work week and taking care of my daughter. And in the evening, still working on Tokyo Tours to keep the interest going and to keep my followers engaged. Fortunately, last October, the border with Japan opened up again. And I had an ear to the ground, obviously, and I had my connections. So I already knew that it was going to happen. I just didn't know the exact date. So I was already preparing beforehand, like getting more guides to join us and also ask the existing guides, are you still up for it? What are you doing right now? Do you still want to work for me or how are things going? And fortunately, I was able to retain almost my entire staff except for one or two who moved away. So yeah, we've been working like crazy training the new guides, and actually 2023 promising to be the biggest year ever, bigger than 2020 even. So yeah, it's been going great and I'm really happy that finally I've come to the point where I can just live off my own business and I'm financially independent and I don't really need to do anything else besides taking care of the business. And fortunately, my partner is also back and at full strength, and she's doing all the things that I don't to do, like admin and spreadsheets and lists and taking care of all the emails so I can focus on what I do best, which is marketing, PR, and taking care of VIP clients. So, yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm proud to be able to say that revenue for the first quarter of 2023 is already at 60K euro. So definitely not bad for someone who was financially ruined just 2 years earlier.
Yeah, that's great. That's an amazing story of perseverance. Thanks for sharing that with us. Absolutely love it. Now, one of the things we talked about and then you touched on a little bit is financial freedom. And for some people, they immediately go to a number. Oh, it means having this much money set aside. But really, when you talk to them and you get down to it, it's actually a lifestyle that they want to create for themselves. So what does financial freedom look like to you?
Basically, I'm really not materialistic and I really don't care about money. So all I care about is keeping a roof over my head and being able to pay the bills. And I don't really care about any brand stuff. I'm not really that concerned about money, to be honest. Because I lived in Japan for 10 years, I have a pension gap of 10 years. So I set aside some money. I have a general idea of where I want to be when I retire and what age I want to be. And obviously, I also have this property which has quadrupled in value since I bought it. So this is also my nest egg. I have a general idea of where I want to be. I have the dot on the wall, so to speak. And basically, my mind is always going. So I have difficulty relaxing. So the whole work-life balance is an issue for me. Yeah, my mind is always coming up with new ideas and new things to do. If it's your passion, it doesn't really feel like working and it's just enjoyable. So other people might have a hobby and I just enjoy to work.
Gotcha. Yeah, so many entrepreneurs are the same way.
My dream for retirement would be to buy some property in Okinawa Island, that is an island south of Japan, and start a new business and maybe rent out something that doesn't require a lot of maintenance, like canoes or something like that, and maybe have a beach shack with some cocktails and some simple food. So I can do that during the summer months and then use the money to travel around Asia and maybe hire some young people to do everything for me. And I just sit there on my beach chair and make sure everything goes according to plan. So, yeah, that is my retirement dream, basically.
Sounds like you have a good picture of financial freedom then.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. I think that about does it. It's been an absolutely amazing conversation. You've had some great tips and insights and a really amazing story to share with our audience. It's just really what I want on this podcast. So thanks again for coming on.
The one thing that no, two things actually that I would like to share is that you shouldn't let fear rule your life. So people are always thinking, oh, what if? Or I have to have a plan ready before I can do something. You just need to do it. And basically, your plans will not come to fruition exactly the way you have planned them anyway. So you can face any issues that come on your way head on as they develop. So don't think, oh, now is not the right time or I need to do this or that. Just go ahead and do it and it'll be fine. And also, don't let your partner handle your finances because maybe if you love them very much right now, you never know what will happen. And the consistency is also very important. So if you do something, make sure you do it consistently. Then you will finally have progress. But if you think, oh, I can just do it once in a while, then you're never going to be successful.
Great advice. Now, before we go, if you would just tell us real quick a little bit about the types of tours that you offer and where people can find out more about them if they're interested.
Yeah, basically, we do all kinds of tours. So we have bike tours. All of them are private tours, by the way. So we have mostly families, also solo travelers, couples, groups of friends. We occasionally handle bigger groups, but that's all people who already know each other. So we have food tours. We even have a ghost tour that is super popular and all across Japan. And I love a challenge. So if you have any special requests and you want to do something really offbeat that we haven't done before, let me know because I love to dive into things and see what I can come up with. So yeah, we have a great selection, I feel.
Awesome. And what's the website for anybody looking for it?
Yeah, that's www.tokyo, and Tokyo is spelled the Dutch way, so with an I and not with a Y, and tours is spelled TOURS. So www.tokyotours.nl, and we have a Dutch and English portal, so for English-speaking guests, make sure you click the right flag.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, if you're listening out there and you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. And if you are a six-figure online entrepreneur like Nicki and you want to come on and share your amazing story with us and the valuable insights I know you've got for my audience, then I'd love to chat. Please
Go to pyfpodcast.com. That's the letters pyfpodcast.com and apply.
Nicki, thanks again for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was fun.
If you've listened this far, chances are you're an entrepreneur looking to become more financially literate and create financial freedom for yourself from your business.
The Pay Yourself First podcast.
Is definitely here to help with that. My goal is to continue to share what I've learned about using your business as the tool to create financial freedom. But let's face it, it would take me years to share with you everything you need to know via these episodes. Creating financial freedom is something that most people never even consider, let alone make a plan for or take action towards. It's something almost no one was taught anything about. Doing it as an entrepreneur is even more challenging, especially without support. So if you're ready to get clear on what financial freedom looks like for you, come up with an action plan, and get the support systems and accountability you need, I invite you to consider the Abundantly Infinite Entrepreneur. I created the program to help entrepreneurs just like you get a handle on their personal and business finances and start building confidently towards financial freedom. And it's how you can discover ways to take 10 years off your retirement, add an extra 5 or 6 figures to your portfolio, and finally get clear on what numbers you should be tracking in your business and why. Together, we'll gain clarity around your financial goals and what being financially free would actually look like for you. Then we'll put together a customized game plan to get you there and the accountability to see you through. And by the way, you're also going to get all the spreadsheets you need to run your numbers, lifetime access to the materials, including any updates, and entry into our members-only community. In addition to all the knowledge, coaching, community, and systems that you need to create financial freedom from your business, you'll also receive a free financial assessment, a retirement planning session, and guided meditation aimed at helping you embody the feeling of true financial freedom. So yeah, you can just listen to the free content on these podcasts to help you move towards becoming a financially free entrepreneur. And sure, you'll likely see some results, or you can make the decision to commit to learning, implementing, and embodying what you need to know to create the financially free life you dreamed of when you started your business journey. Click the link in the show notes to answer a quick questionnaire, and you'll be on your way to joining the abundantly infinite entrepreneur.